Okay guys, so building off the star footwork drill with the 3-punch combination, we're now just going to add 3 more combinations. And again, this could just go on and on and on with combos. I'm just going to give you these 4, what we call our 4 basics. So now we work into a cross, body hook cross, okay? Cross, body hook cross. And again, I'm going to work all 6 directions, okay? But I'm not going to do it in the video right now. That's up to you. But I'm just going to show you the combos. Then we're going to, next one is go cross and uppercut and cross. So cross, uppercut, again, see the shoulder protect the jaw. I'm driving from the ball of the foot on my uppercut here, boom, and then rotating into my cross. And again to the side. And lastly is our overhand uppercut, overhand punch. Some people do the overhand this way. Some people turn it out like that. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. Okay, so overhand, uppercut, overhand. Always good to make impact, guys, right? So make sure you're hitting a bag, hitting pads, right? Testing these tools out, how they feel when you hitting a sparring partner. But the bag and stuff, you know, allows you to hit as hard as you can, so you really feel that. So that's the second part, guys, or what we're going to call the second part is adding those punch combinations to all 6 directions. Okay, part 3 of this is keeping those mechanics, changing the tools, and keeping the targets as well. So a lot of people believe, as do I, that punching without gloves on, without wraps on, in say the street, in a non sort of sport context or whenever you don't have gloves, is dangerous for the hands. If you can hit the skull's very hard. You might be able to do damage, but it can do damage to your hands. And again, everyone's different, so depending on your hand strength. But a lot of people recommend the open hand strikes in a self-defense situation, right? So we're going to take the boxing mechanics, combos, but we're going to change the tools, if you will. So when I step to my left, we're going to go with the palm, and we're going to get that big slap, whether it's the actual, this part of the palm, or whether we get down here to the bonier part of the wrist, and use that. Very impacting, right? And then palm. But you see how my mechanics are identical to the punching mechanics. So I go here, palm, slap, palm. Always keeping the opposite hand up to defend, right? So you're going to work all 6 directions with this one. Even back, 1, 2, 3. Stepping back here, 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Next one is palm. Now the body is punched. We can punch the body. Okay, but you can also palm the body, right? So play with both. And again, get on the back, make impact, see where it feels. But the body's a little bit softer than the skull, so we can afford to throw punches to the body, right? And then go palm to the head. So I'm going to go palm, body, head, okay? Then we're going to go palm. Now on the uppercut, we're going to use the palm again. We're going to lift here like this. So 1, 2, 3, right? So I've just got to project that palm as if I'm throwing an uppercut here, like that, all 6 directions. Lastly, now instead of an overhand punch, we could palm that, that's one. But we can also hammer fist, right? So I go downward, it's like a scraping motion, like down, up, down, hammer fist. 1, 2, 3, or palm I should say, right? Hammer fist, palm, hammer fist, just like that, hammer, okay? So you see how those are the same angles, same combos, however we change the tools for more like self-defense, if you will, more combative situation than straight up boxing. So work through those guys and keep that, set the timer, do rounds, whatever, really just burn this in and we'll just keep at it, okay? Okay, now what we can do with this next part is we add a front hand attack. Now, in boxing, we would just call that, we would just jab. So we would jab, then cross and hook cross, and then jab, cross, hook cross, or whichever combo we're doing, uppercut, etc. So you work the jab, okay? But also in Kali, JKD, and in combative situation, we might use that as a finger jab, right? So I finger jab, and then I go in with the palm strikes, right? Finger jab. That finger jab doesn't always need to be like a spear. Sometimes it's just a flick to get a distraction. Boom, or even I just get a little bit on the eyeball, and then I can start to go. So we want to train that fast. Boom, and then in with our striking. Palm. And again, I'm shortcutting all this, but you're going to do all 6 directions here like that. Then the last part here on the front hand is we use an inward backhand motion just like we would with the weapon. right? Now the thing is though, my opinion is that we don't want to open our shoulder up and try to emulate that perfect sort of V like we would with the stick or with the blade. Really, I think of that angle 1 as from here and almost a forward scraping motion, right? That could be on the bridge of the nose, could be on the collarbone, could be on the jaw if you have hold of them, could be their arm, right? Or their shoulder, like and then right away we return this, what we call the backhand, so forehand, backhand, or inward backhand. But I like this motion here. So when I go to this direction, 1, 2, then I use whatever follow-up by 1. Inward backhand, and then into your follow-ups on this side. You see? So we've either got a finger jab, a straight jab, it could be a palm strike as well, right? But I skipped that. But finger jab, boxing jab, or inward backhand using that hammer fist. Okay, now one of the things that you'll feel though on the inward backhand, at least I do, going forward, I like that, makes sense because of the momentum. However, when I turn this way, I could still do inward backhand, and I recommend it, right? Stepping inward backhand. But sometimes you just skip right to the backhand, especially when I start to turn, wham, right? This could be just my connection. There's an opponent there, I turn, I connect. Now I can just go, I can grab their arm and punch or whatever, but I'm creating a reference point with that backhand. So sometimes I'll skip the inward to backhand and just go backhand when I'm turning, especially on the last 4 where we're turning this way. I'll just go with the backhand. Is that right? So inward backhand, that's fine, right? 1, 2, but sometimes, see that with that inward backhand. Sometimes I skip the inward when I'm turning to the side and just go backhand and then follow up, backhand, follow up, backhand, follow up, okay? So a little adjustment that I like to make when training that, okay? So there's a progression, guys. There's so much more we can do with this, obviously. We didn't even do kicks, knees. You can start doing it with elbows, but this is a good little beginning portion. And again, I like the star footwork because it just gets us moving up in all these directions, and it forces us to recoup and make sure, adjust so that we're not hitting out of bad positions when we have to sometimes change our position. We don't always it's not always ring sport that we're training for. So hope you guys enjoy that. See you in the next video.